Mario, hi. We're talking here to Dr. Marius Ruja. We are the Power Chiropractors. What are we going to call ourselves, Mario? What are we going to say? Give me
no, I'm going to tell you right now. It's called the Bad Boys of Chiropractic, baby.
The Bad Boys of Chiropractic.
Yes.
All right. So
we're going to get nasty up in here. We're going to talk about stuff that people just don't want to bring up, Alex.
We are live, baby.
Yes.
We are live.
Oh, we're live? Good. I love it live. I hate dead.
Well, we're going to be disgusting. We're going to be non-disgusting. We're going to be discussing the power of chiropractic and the reasons why people have chosen around the world to choose chiropractic as a great option for treatment protocols and things that are beyond of most people's experiences. But in our new modern world, we're understanding what chiropractic is. Mario, I know this is a great topic for you, and you and I have discussed this on many times and occasions. And tell me a little bit about why chiropractic has been really impactful in your life, Mario.
My life, I've gone through a lot of experiences, especially the area of sports. Again, I played obviously high school, college soccer. Always enjoy being active, all the way from CrossFit to again, marathons, biathlons, and all of those things. The area that I enjoy and that chiropractic synergizes and is synergistic with movement of life and life in general is very simple. Number one, it is simple. We don't need technology. No batteries needed. No facilities are needed. You can actually receive chiropractic anywhere at any time with our hands. These are the instruments. These are the power tools, and all the way from ancient China to the Mayans to the Egyptians. They had chiropractic, but by different names and different, I would say presentations. But in those ancient worlds, chiropractic was only for the kings and queens and their families only, because they knew that chiropractic opened up and optimized the energy of the body, the energy of life and movement. So it wasn't for the common folks, it was for the elite only. And so that's the beauty of it. So when we look at chiropractic and we look at the cycle that it went through, and in the beginning, it was for the elite, and then it was lost. And then with D.D. Palmer and B.J. Palmer and the whole lineage of chiropractors, the founders, the pioneers, the warriors, that went to jail. Yeah, they actually went to jail to stand for the art and science of the healing art of chiropractic. And that's amazing. I mean, it is amazing. People don't realize that. And then coming full swing 360 to now, out of that, it is accepted by all insurances, all providers. The VA is covering chiropractic 101%. Yes, I would say every pro team in the world. Okay, maybe that's taking it a little far, but I know for sure the pro teams in the U.S., all of them, hockey, baseball, basketball, soccer, and such, volleyball, every one of the high elite athletes, they all have chiropractic in their corner. They all have chiropractic in their toolkit. Okay? Armstrong had it. All of the top, Phelps had it. I can go on. Bolt had it. You name a top gold medalist, and I'm going to tell you that they had some hands put on them to calibrate their spine, their energy, and most of all, Alex, I'm going to tell you, this is what I want to share with our viewers and our listeners. Chiropractic is one of the most powerful tools and instruments, not just of healing when you're hurt, but it is for optimization of energy and function and recovery. The recovery. I can tell you, I've worked with powerlifters, with Olympic lifters, And after the adjustment, they could squat more. They could bench press more immediately. Immediately. I have people coming off the table, Olympic athletes, they come off the table and they jump up and down. They say, I feel lighter. I can jump higher. I can jump faster and I can run faster. So that is unbelievable. We are here to empower everyone, and it is cost effective. Like, let me tell you, we don't need high instrumentation. We don't need, $2 million worth of equipment and all of that. This is it is power to the people, Alex. Yeah. Power to the people. And you are an incredible athlete, and both of our families, we have incredible athlete for children. I want to ask you this, because you dealt with bodybuilding, and we have so many chiropractors that are bodybuilders, former athletes. How has chiropractic impact your performance and recovery in terms of sports?
Stepping back a little bit, Mario, one of the things that when I first decided to become a chiropractor, I first had to assess what type of profession was in line with what I believed. I was an athlete. I was a bodybuilder. I was a power lifter. And we're talking about in the 80s. And I got to say that I had my buddy Jeff Goods, and we were like the strongest guys at 16. I played in South Florida, so it's very competitive in football in South Florida. I was a big boy. I played against Benny Blades, Brian Blades. I played with Michael Irving. I played with that. That's a Plantation, Piper High School, and we dealt with high performance athletes. Every day I got to see up close the Miami Dolphins. I got to see Andre Franklin, these Lorenzo White. These people worked out in my gym. This was an amazing kind of world I lived in. When I decided to look into a profession, I was looking for a profession that was focused on health, mobility, agility, things that I could touch people, and that's what I was. I was a healthcare provider. I had no idea that the day that I decided to be a chiropractor, and I met a chiropractor, and he told me what he did, and I had no idea what one was. What I did was I asked him, hey, can I do this? Can I do nutrition? Can I do weightlifting? Can I do plyometrics, which was the new thing back in the day? They didn't call it CrossFit. It was dynamic movement. It was agility training. In that process, what I did was I asked him a couple of questions, and he checked marked every one of my boxes. I go, can I touch people? Can I work on people? Can I do things? Can I help people become better? I was passionate with the elderly. I love that. I come from a background of healthcare, so I enjoyed that kind of stuff. But when I actually went into chiropractic college, believe it or not, I actually had not seen an inside of a chiropractic office other than the philosophies that I had read on what there was in books, Encyclopedia Britannica, career books on what chiropractic. There was no such thing as the internet in 1985 to find and reference stuff and to search it like we can today. I think in Prodigy began like around the 1990s. So this is where I got the idea. When I walked into the school, I was hit with a required class, which was the course on history of chiropractic. I had no idea that I was going to go into a profession where the leader had been thrown in jail about 60 times. We learned, and we for later we can try to figure out why only 60. Where did it stop? Why at the 61st time did he stop getting arrested? The world changed when they figured out what we were doing. And the world was impacted by the arts of mobility. We understood the dynamics of the movements. We had not understood embryology to that level. Today, we've learned that the first notochord, the neural groove, ends up becoming the spine. It is the central circuit. When you look at a city being formed, the first thing that they drop is the wires, the cables, the infrastructure. That's what we were designed, and our creator designed a system where it starts at the spine, and from there it builds, and the dynamic movement of the cells as they develop and they grow creates for a structure that is designed for motion. It is designed to move. It is not a surprise that many of the diseases and pathologies that you and I treat are in some way linked and commingled together with motion itself. Now, the world's waking up to this, and as they wake up, we're going to be the bad boys of chiropractic.
Absolutely.
And we're going to teach people about what we do and what it is that we articulate. Because every day I get the the privilege to touch people in an area where they're not supposed to be touched, their neck, their spine, their joints. You and I do that every single day. We have the pleasures of being able to assess and treat the dynamics of the human existence and understand that the creator, it loves motion. He's got I'd even say a fetish. Everything moves, from planets spin, light moves, joints move, roots grow, birds swing, wind blows. Motion is part of all existence. So the closer we get to motion, it becomes the most important thing that we associate with God's intention. And that's the huge thing. So when you asked me that question, where did I begin? We have to go back and step back and kind of begin at the beginning and actually ask ourselves, where did this freak come out from, which is B.J. Palmer, D.D. Palmer, come up with the philosophies, these crazy guys that came up with that. And we're here to kind of tell the story, at least from about 50-some, almost 60 years, Mario, of chiropractic treatment between you and I. We can tell the story about that. But I hope that gives you an idea as to what started my belief in motion in chiropractic, because it's a passion who we are and what we do. Our children are athletes. We have given our children to the arts of motion. No child in our families, no child in yours and my family has not lived with motion as part of the thing that they wake up and they got to do something, whether it's volleyball, tennis, baseball, whatever they do. Soccer. We're into
judo.
Motion.
Yes. And Alex, that is the reason why we are the bad boys of chiropractic.
Bad boys.
Because you know what? B.J. Palmer, D.D. Palmer, and the whole crew. I mean, the founders of National College in Chicago, St. Louis, Logan Chiropractic, all of those, they were the bad boys. They were considered outlaws.
Yeah.
Outlaws. These are not real doctors. What are they doing? They're messing up the stuff,
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, just like we talked about last conversation, in the beginning, the people will look at innovative technologies and innovative thought and healing as, that's terrible, that's abusive, that's bad. Then they try to put it out. They criticize it. Then they try to put it out. Then after a while, they see that it works and the results. Chiropractic is about results. The bottom line, it cannot lie. It can't, Alex. It cannot. This is the beauty of chiropractic. It either works or it doesn't. There's nothing to cover it up. We cannot cover it up. We can't give you a magic pill to make you feel better.
Dude,
no.
You and I got to get out of its way.
Yeah.
We got to get out of its way because it's steamed. It's past me. I jumped on it as a young chiropractic student. And when it took me on for a ride that I didn't know, we got to get out of its way because it's an intense. Motion is what life's about. And this is what you and I know. And I believe that you and I have experienced a love for this science. And we probably developed it in a more passionate way the more the years we had, huh?
Oh, absolutely. And we've gone through a lot of, what I call the roller coaster of life, the ups and downs and sideways, the rocket launches and the slamming on brakes. And your story, I love your story, Alex, and mine is much different. And I think every chiropractor has their own story because this is not just something that you just pick up because someone said, you know what, I think you should be a chiropractor. They're like, what? Hold on, we need to pray for you.
No,
don't do that.
Chooses you, man.
This is it. I got smacked head-on car collision, baby. Yes, smacked in a car, spun around, okay? And I went through 6 months of rehab and of orthopedic and all of that. And at the end, I had residual pain. I had residual issues, and I did not want to accept those limitations. I was a college athlete, and there is no way that I'm going to go, okay, well, let's take a pill for the rest of my life. It wasn't going to happen, Alex. And somehow my buddy said, hey, my grandmother is going to see this doctor, and she feels awesome, and she's moving. She's walking every day. I said, okay, who is this guy? Dr. Ference in Savannah, Georgia. If he's around, give me a call now.
Dr.
Because I love you.
How do you spell Dr. Ferentz?
Ferentz. I don't know how you spell it because I'm not.
Ferentz, okay.
Ferentz, that's right. I'll look it up. I'll post it up.
All right.
But let me tell you, that guy, I walked to his office. And I said, look, I'm banged up. I'm jacked up. I need some help because I'm not happy. I am just not happy. I want to get back to my performance, my biking. I cycled. I ran. I did marathons, half marathons. I couldn't sit still. I still can't sit still. I'm 54, baby, and I'm just getting warmed up.
Dr. Ferentz, you know what? I don't know him, and I probably have never heard of his name. But you know what you did say there is that you referenced a chiropractor who influenced your life. This is
Correct.
This is a profession that we're about the 5th generation. We honor our leaders, our
Yes.
teachers, and it's nice. I mean, Dr. Ferentz may not have ever realized that one day, 30 years later, a chiropractor was going to mention his name because we have to honor B.J. Palmer, D.D. Palmer, the teachers and the professors that made an influence in your life. It's amazing that we're following through with this. We have a purpose that is beyond even time itself. It's amazing what you're doing.
It's growing, Alex. It's building momentum.
Mm-hmm.
This is about momentum. And what is momentum? Movement.
Movement. Yes.
You can't build momentum sitting down. You cannot build momentum just accepting average, accepting mediocrity, and accepting, well, that's just how it is. No. So this is where the power of breaking barriers, of crushing limits is all about chiropractic.
Yes.
I just want to bring in that thought. It's that movement, that calibration, and this is where I really get passionate. You know, I've been doing this for 25 years plus, and everywhere I go, I just got back from Chihuahua. Yes, I just got back from Chihuahua, and I was there for 4 days.
Oh, the commercial says, "Donde el jale es machín."
Yes.
I love it. Chihuahua commercial is pretty badass.
Yes, I love it. So let me tell you, wherever I go, I open up my mouth, and they said, "Dr. Ruja, my neck hurts. Así, mira, me duele mi cuello, así. You know what? What can you do?" And that's it. That's my intro, Alex.
Yeah.
That is my intro, and I start to dance. Así, mira, salsa, merengue, así. You know what? And they look at me like, what is this guy doing? And I'm going to tell you right now, I put my hands on them, and they're never the same again. They will never forget that. And each one of them, they get up. I don't care if it's on the bed. I don't care if it's on a bench. Yeah, I said it. You know what? I adjust
Mario has
them.
an international license.
That's right. That's
He's
right.
internationally known.
Absolutely. And let me tell you, the impact is clear. It's about chiropractic.
Oh, yeah.
I don't need, and we do not need special equipment. The special equipment is care. It's care. It's called love. It's honoring our brothers and sisters and wishing the best.
Right.
And it's healing hands. Even in the Bible, it says lay hands to heal. That's what it's about. We got to lay hands, baby. Don't be afraid. And I'm not talking about laying some hands. You know, Mama used to lay some hands. Oh, man. That's, Papi. He used to lay some hands. He wasn't a chiropractor, but he adjusted me, baby. He adjusted my attitude. You know what I'm saying? I know. I think you understand, right, Alex?
Do, Mario,
do you remember those hands?
I do. I remember running. You know what? I remember running, and it was whatever my mom had near. I think that's
chanclas.
No, I was actually talking to my mom, and I'm mouthing off, and she had a fork in her. She stuck me. I still have a mark on it. My mom was really, corporal punishment was the way.
Yeah, it wasn't abuse, was it, Alex?
No. But we learned to move real quickly,
yes,
right?
Yes, that's why you did so well in football, Alex. Yeah, it's called plyometrics, baby. That's how you jump.
Oh, yeah. Well, and that wasn't as good as some of my counterparts, courts.
Yeah,
but they were very good. But I got to tell you,
that's it.
You know what? When we look at it, and I wonder with the science of chiropractic and the way it's actually evolved over and continues to evolve, and it links so many other sciences. There is no other word that describes what chiropractic is other than holistic. It is a holistic approach. It is a natural way of healing the body through motion. And like I indicated before, I do think God's got a fetish for it because he gives us so many damn joints. And this whole thing was our design. And in that process, we heal. And
Alex, I'm gonna stop you right there.
Go ahead.
And I want you to really grab this thought. Chiropractic has a lot of times been limited to back. Like neck and mid back and low back, and that's it. But let me tell you, I got news for you. Chiropractic's for the whole body. Hands, wrists, elbow, shoulders, knees, ankles, feet.
yes.
Okay? Chiropractic is about calibrating, balancing, aligning, and optimizing the whole body.
Yes.
Even this is not something that I specialize in. Cranial adjustments.
Yeah.
Cranial for concussions. There are chiropractors, and we're going to have to talk more about this in the future. But the specialty of chiropractic goes all the way from pediatrics to geriatrics to sports chiropractic, cranial sacral chiropractic, biomechanics. I mean,
orthopedic, neurological.
Yes.
There's so many
Yes.
branches that it actually does that today. It wasn't present 20 years ago, Mario.
No.
It was present, but it was in its beginning.
Yes.
Today, the world wants it, demands on specialization, even chiropractics for just a thing, a sport, a movement, a low back, a sacral technique, a cervical technique.
We have, and this is what we want to empower. As the bad boys of chiropractic, it's about getting in your face and getting real.
In your face. In your face.
Yes, that's right. We will grab your attention, okay? You're not falling asleep tonight. So this is where, in chiropractic, we have specialists, Atlas orthogonal, okay? Yes. OA. They only adjust 2 vertebrae, atlas and axis. Very specific. And these are I love this, and we're going to honor chiropractic, all the specialties and all the nuances and all those nice flows. 2 segments, the atlas and axis. These are right under your cranium with the foramen magnum. This is where the whole area of what I call the flow of energy from your brain goes from the brain stem into the spinal cord. That area is so empowering that chiropractic has gotten so specialized that they only adjust special x-rays, very unique. It's like high level. I don't do that, but I tell you what, I love those chiropractors who do that, and I want them to do more of it. And we want to edify them, and we want to support every chiropractic in the world, not just the nation. The world chiropractic is all over the world, Alex, all over.
Everywhere. When I went to school, our school, like yours, it was Palmer, and yours was Palmer. Mine was National, not too far from each other, within a few 300 or 400 miles apart from each other. What we would do is that there was a thirst for chiropractic from other countries, and these countries from Japan, from France, they would send their students to learn in our environments because the laws were different in those days. They knew these people, my Chinese, my Japanese cohorts that actually spent in the dorms just to learn what we were doing out in the world of the States. Our school was welcome. Our schools were very, and always have been, an international attraction to teach the students. And today, now those countries have their own colleges.
Yes.
Right? France has its own college.
Yes.
England has its own college. This didn't exist. So you can't, like you said,
Canada.
You cannot stop it.
No.
It is coming.
Good stuff.
It is motion. And as you said, chiropractic has always been about all joints. You cannot talk about an ankle, and then you cannot talk about the neck. You cannot deal with it. And if you want to see how well connected, well, I'd like you to walk in the middle of the night and step on a tack and see how it's all connected. And you'll see the body dance in its dynamics. The cerebellum, the way you mentioned it, sits on the foramen magnum. That is a huge important part. The sciences that have developed as a result of understanding the connectivity between the foramen magnum and the midbrain and the medulla have been just unbelievable over the last 2-3 decades. So we are in a world, an awakening, okay?
Absolutely.
An awakening of what chiropractic is. So as we go out as the bad boys, we're going to go deep. We're going to go intense. We're going to go deep in the world of the science, because in today's world, we have nothing but confusion, misunderstanding.
Yes.
That today one thing, some vitamin talks about this, then in the next day it causes this. So one supplement does this, one drug starts with better, but I got to tell you, the story of Bextra, Vioxx, Celebrex, within months of each other, of all of us taking it, they were pulled. You know what? We come and go. So the bottom line is natural approaches of a holistic dynamics are the things that heal people, and to prevent them from before they become clinical presentations.
Correct.
And that's what we do.
That's the area. That's the area that chiropractic is so powerful. It is, I would say, in my opinion, I'm a little biased because you know what? I'm going to get real with you.
Get real, Mario. Tell me.
Chiropractic is the number one motion optimization, recovery, and maintenance system in the world.
Say it again. Chiropractic is the what?
Yes.
It is the number one.
Number one. That's right. Listen carefully and replay this one. That's right. Replay it and put on your favorites and you know what? Do all the stuff. You know, whatever you're going to do with this video, just put on rerun, baby. We are the number one optimization system for biomechanics, for movement, for maintenance and recovery in the world. We do not wait for pain to occur. We crush pain before it happens. This is like having your Bugatti, baby. Okay? This is you are the Bugatti, and there's no other parts. There's nothing there are no parts to buy and to take over.
Yes.
And again, there are no parts. Whatever you're born with is what you got.
Right.
The most critical, most powerful thing that you can do for yourself is utilize the chiropractic art. That means find the chiropractor in your area.
Yes.
And I mean find the real one and sit down and say, you know what, I want to talk to you. What are you about?
Wait. You said real one, Mario, because there's some people out there that come on. You know what? I got to tell you.
Bad boys.
You know what? We're going to go there. We're going to go there, Mario, because you got to find the right one.
Come on.
You got to find the real one. The real one.
Get the real one. And you know what? This is what I'm saying. There's dead wood in every forest, baby. Yeah, that's what Mama told me. Yeah, in every forest. I'm talking about chiropractic, there's dead wood, orthopedic, everyone. Teachers, there's dead wood. There's some folks that just want to get some benefits.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And let me tell you, get the real one. Sit down face to face and get real with them and ask them some real questions and look them up. And this is what we're about. We're about results.
Yeah, Mario. Here's the thing. When you go to a chiropractor, and this is, now I can say this because I am one. And we would never disparage any other profession, because there are great physical medicine sciences out there.
Absolutely.
Physical therapists, these people, they know what they're doing. These people have the unbelievable science. But again, physical therapists, massage therapists, orthopedists, we all wrap around the science of motion and embrace it. So when we look for somebody, when you go to a chiropractor, it's the most offensive thing for me to hear someone went to a chiropractor and the guy pulled out a piece of paper and says, okay, go do some exercises, and that guy didn't touch you. See, we're chiropractors. We touch people. Yeah. We wrap around them like pythons.
Yeah.
If your chiropractor ain't wrapping around you and working around and trying to structurally recalibrate you, time for a new chiropractor. It's not the practice of chiropractic.
Hey, Alex, why don't we get real, since we're the bad boys of chiropractic, and we're going to get down and dirty, okay? Number one, chiro means hand.
Chiro means
yes?
hand.
Practice, practic. Right, that's right. That's right. Don't ask me to spell it. All right.
Well the thing is, chiral means chiral. It's an atomic thing. Chiral atoms, they're equal mirror images.
Yes. So the point is this. Again, chiropractic. You go to a chiropractor, they better lay some hands on you. You know what? It is highly recommended they move some bones. They do all of that, unless it is a specialty. Now here it is, like Atlas orthogonal and some other specialties. Like these are really, really like high-end stuff, okay? They need to do that, okay? It's not about rubbing your back. That's a different conversation for a different day. It is about creating movement, calibration within the body, within the whole body, and also, I would like to add this, complementing all of the healing arts that are around us. We complement orthopedics. We complement physical therapists. That's right. I said it. Neurosurgeons, OTs, occupational therapy. We complement psychologists, psychiatrists. We complement teachers. We complement coaches.
Endocrinologists.
Yes. We complement the world. We don't interfere. As a matter of fact, we are the ones who break down the interference and create a clarity in the energy flow of the body. That is that parasympathetic, sympathetic nervous system, autonomic nervous system that controls and creates harmonics in 50 trillion cells plus that create who you are, baby.
Trillion. That's
right, with a T.
Yeah, no, it's an amazing. It's amazing that we have come. You and I have been a part of a movement era. You know what? I shared with you that we've seen the attempts to limit the professions, whether it be physical therapists who have been limited by different forces out there, the chiropractors, the optometrists, the psychologists. Each century had its own limitations on different practices. But what we've learned is that you can't hold it down. As you said initially, results. You cannot stop the movement. These chiropractors are working in Indonesia, in Africa, in Ethiopia, in special areas of all over Europe. They're treating their patients in different ways. And one of the great things is the bringing in of other professions, the integration, where the word integrative medicine has come in. Integrative medicine is the form of sciences that brings whatever it takes and all the dynamics and all the arts together to make it work. From there, we treat in what's the newest world of chiropractic is functional medicine. Functional medicine is now the connector of many other holistic approaches, and it looks at the body in a holistic way. How can we not take joints? How can we not? If you have psychiatric issues, psychological issues, and traumas, well, motion is an important part of the therapy. If it's endocrine, if it's metabolic disease, metabolic syndrome, motion is in the treatment protocol. Neurological, Parkinson's, neurodegenerative issues. We have to bring
fibromyalgia, motion, chronic fatigue,
intestinal
depression,
yes,
anxiety. I can tell you right now, and this is science talking to you, baby. This is science. Number one, you don't move, you will get depressed. You don't move. Let me have someone. Let's do a nice little test. Let me have you stay in bed for a month. Let me see what happens to you.
No.
Yeah, let me see what happens to you. Let me have you sit down in that chair for a month, and then you tell me you're not depressed. You tell me you don't have sleep apnea. You tell me you don't have a metabolic syndrome. If you didn't have one, you will. And this is where chiropractic complements the power of life and movement, and it creates a beautiful harmonics so we can continue. The word is continue to go and work out. Every athlete, I will say this, we don't have enough chiropractors in the world. We don't have enough chiropractors, period. Every human being should have a chiropractic visit at least 4 or 5 times a year, at least. Why? Because this is the problem. You know, we get into this chronic pain management. We get into all this disease care. This is the problem, Alex. We are reactive. Our society is focused on disease and management of disease. I would like to share and empower and motivate and challenge. The word is challenge. As the bad boys of chiropractic, it's about challenging folks. And the challenge is this: why don't we decrease the number of diabetics? Why don't we decrease the number of people who are in depression, anxiety? Why don't we decrease that by movement? It costs.
Yes.
The cost is less.
Yeah, you know what? We have to, and welcome to our show. This is Dr. Alex Jimenez and Dr. Ruja. We are the bad boys of chiropractic.
Absolutely.
We are going to expose the realities of what we have learned and what we have understood in the form of the physical sciences and how they correlate with different issues and diseases and disorders. We're going to come up with protocols, treatment dynamics that are advanced, that are esoteric, and we're going to bring it in. And you know what? We're going to use the science. We're going to use real science. And we, as the bad boys, because there are going to be a lot of thumbs down in the terms of what we say, but there's going to be a whole lot of thumbs up in terms of our dynamics. Because, Mario, we have it. It is our legacy. It's what we have to do. You mentioned the other day, you know what? This is what you wanted to do. We need to teach people what we have learned. We not only need to teach people, but we have to wake up those people that are willing to and want to teach and give of their lives for the future of chiropractic and physical medicine, physical therapists, orthopedic surgeons. We need to, and neurologists, anyone in the physical world. And seems that even if we just talk about the physical medicine doctors, we're going to associate with all other professions. It doesn't take you a far drop or a far throw here to realize that endocrinologists are linked to rheumatologists. Rheumatologists are linked to chiropractic. Chiropractics are linked to orthopedists. This whole thing of science, whether it's neurology or the practicing of different dynamics, will affect the future of what we have in healthcare. It will be a change. It will be a movement. And we will be known as the bad boys of chiropractic, which we're going to expose. We're going to do an expose of a lot of different topics. And I welcome you, Mario. And you and I, we are brothers, and we have to teach the people of the future. So check in. Can make sure you guys keep your ideas, because we could talk forever, by the way.
Yeah.
Mario, I could talk with him. Like, we could sit here till 4 o'clock in the morning. It's not that late,
Yes.
but our families will not like that.
Yeah.
And we will come to you and we will teach you what we know and share with you, and I hope it matters. I know, Mario, you got some couple of thoughts there?
And this is the thought. Chiropractic is about optimizing movement of the body, creating recovery, optimal recovery, maintenance, and also complementing all of the healing arts. We are here to complement all of the healing arts: orthopedic, physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, psychiatric, psychological counseling, all of them. We are here to complement educators. We're here to complement and optimize students in their performance in school. We're here to complement and optimize coaches and athletes to their highest level of life. And most of all, I would like to say this to create closure for our next show. There's plenty of room at the top. The bottom's crowded. So come on with us.
You got
the
it.
Bad boys at the top.
With that said, we're all closing up here, and we look forward to making sure this really works really well for all of us, and shares the knowledge for all the people who are here to come and in the future.